send ships like through the Gulf of Mexico, like to over there to different spots in Europe. And they was like, these ships was lined up so far because they ain't had nowhere to port, because basically the buyers was like they wasn't finna buy it, man. You know, so everybody, the economy really is everybody basically already seeing the economy is gone, man. So all these ships basically had to turn around and come back. And they were like, one of their main ports they was leaving from was like in Galveston, Texas. And they were like, all of them had to turn around and come back, man. So, and that was in the Gulf of Mexico. This right here, the Atlantic Ocean, this like a week later. Basically, the exports that was coming in now, and they like this the worst. This the first time in history that these ships done this in the Atlantic Ocean, man. And the Atlantic Ocean basically been popping off since the transatlantic trade slave, man. You know, coming to America. That's when they started, man, to now. And they been basically first they were exporting slaves, then you know they were exporting different goods. They were trading with the so-called natives and stuff, you know. But that whole rap, they've been using it, you know, since then, man. And now it's the first time in history that they like that whole ocean is empty, man. You know, so the economic collapse is here, man. You know, Lord will, it don't slow down, and it can go and push through, man. You know, which is gonna bring total chaos, which is gonna bring the end of Babylon, man. Lord will. Go ahead, just a little more to that.
Yeah,
to the article.
just a little more. Back in the article. I'll start back at it's economic banking collapse was evidenced in the 2007-2008 crisis. That was the last time these two factors accurately indicated what was coming, and has likewise led to all of the world's stock markets crashing during the first week of this new year. Further confirmation of this historic abandoning of the Atlantic Ocean, this report says, was noted this past November when an over 2-mile line of oil tanker vessels were reported to be sitting off the Gulf of Mexico coast of Galveston, Texas, due to there being no place to offload their ships, and has reached such a critical proportion that other oil tankers en route to the U.S. were forced 3 weeks ago to turn around in the Atlantic Ocean, as there was no longer any more room left for their cargo either. I got a quick push up. This is Revelations 18 and 11. Of course, this is going to be when America is destroyed. But right now you can apply it too, because best believe those merchants are upset they had to turn around their ships and go back home because they're not making any profit. But the point is, Revelation 18 and 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Right, that's going right into it. Like I said, it's a process of things that has to happen, man, and it's already happening. Like the brother was saying, that's going to when America basically gonna be destroyed. But that's also going into now, man. Ain't nobody buying their merchandise no more, man. It's not gonna stop, man, because the more the economy go down, I mean, everybody trying to save what they got. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, if I could say this, you got like this thing called Craigslist and Backpage and stuff like that. Edomites are buying that stuff from that now. Cause I saw some appliances on there. And basically, it's Esau that's just trying to buy this cheap stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like Apostle Hart went into, like, nobody's going into these stores doing, Christmas holidays now. That's part of it,
That's a good point. And then just to piggyback off you, how many Macy's is closing? I forgot the amount of stores they're closing, but they didn't do good. And basically, they're trying to blame it on that it was so hot during the winter months, and that's the real reason why their products have not been selling. But no, Yahweh Shem Al Shai is about to plummet your economy, man.
It says Macy's announced that layoffs, list 36 store closures.
36.
Just because of the holiday break.
And that's when the bulk of America really, man, puts money in the economy, man. During the holiday time and during tax time, man.
Yeah, a quick one from New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
It says, can U.S. remain an island of stability in the global economy? And goes on to say the Chinese stock market has plummeted so fast that authorities there keep shutting it down. North Korea set off a bomb and a nuclear test. Two of the Middle East great powers, Saudi Arabia and Iran, are eyeing each other menacingly. In the European Union, political extremists are on the rise. Migrants are pouring in, and Britain may drop out. It says in the U.S., the number of people filing unemployment claims is hovering near the lowest levels in 4 decades. The jobless rate may well fall below 5% for the first time since 2007. And wherever the noise on the presidential campaign trail, we're just going, about the unemployment rate.
Yeah.
And 7 days in, 2016 is shaping up to be a chaotic year in global economy and geopolitics, with profound challenges nearly everywhere.
And that geopolitics means what happens on one side of the world affects the other side of the world.
Yep.
And so if people don't have jobs, what does that bring? That promotes homelessness, man. You got cats that's homeless in San Francisco, and due to their demographic, what they do, they ship the homeless people out to other places in California, man. But they don't post that on CNN, man.
Okay. It says oil prices fell to $37 a barrel from around $53 a barrel over the course of last year, and are now under $34.
It's getting close, man.
All right, and see, they basically, Saudi Arabia basically was flooding the market with cheap oil to try to bankrupt Russia's economy, man, which is affecting Russian economy. But they didn't expect Russia to take that military stance it did, man. They didn't expect Russia to do that, man. But hey, like the Lord basically controlling all the pieces of the puzzle now, man. And Lord wills, look like it's time, man. Look like it's time. So I'm gonna read this. This picking back up where you left off from Revelation.
Okay.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 12. And the merchandise of gold, silver, and precious stones, and pearls, and fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Right, man. So this basically going into like this basically all the things be exported to America, man. All these different items being exported to America, man. America don't have all this, man. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna skip down to verse 17. We're still going into the ships.
Mm-hmm.
For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ship and sailors and as many trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto that great city?
Because that gold mine that these merchants once had no longer is going to be in existence. But the precursor right now is this happened a couple weeks ago. That you had ships that come in, but like I said, they couldn't even dock because basically people are not buying anymore, man. Because right now any family wants the necessities, man. Of course the house, the food and basically the clothing and water, man,
Gas.
and gas. So all this lavish spending, like just plushed out things. You don't want that. You just want the necessities, man.
And that verse 19, right? Because like the brother was saying, this happening first. So when all those nations basically see they can't get rich off America, then that's when they gonna be like, it's time to burn her with fire. It's time to get rid of her now, man. She don't mean them no more. She don't got no more purpose for them. She don't mean them no more good.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason why these other nations still been dealing with America. That's the reason why China ain't cashed in with how much debt America in, because they basically still getting rich off of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
But when America basically start buying all those products, there's another nation gonna be like, okay, they gonna see the chaos in America, the famine, they gonna be like, it's time to get her, she vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not everybody gonna shoot them nukes on them, man. But it's one more verse.
Okay.
And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her causelessness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you, man, how prophetic the scriptures are, man. Basically because through the Spirit is letting you know what's going to happen, during the downfall. But at the same time, you can compare it to current times right now. And so the reason why, like I said, the reason why the merchants are basically are in mourning, because they can't make no profit. It's kind of like a pimp dealing with a hoe with a broke leg, man. You can't put her on the streets if she can't stand up on 2 legs.
You had some more? It's a couple more verses. You have?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy you holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High has avenged you on her.
Mm-hmm. Basically, because everything that has transpired in America, man, the only way you can rectify this country in righteousness, man, is for, I think that's the scripture in Numbers. Is it 35? If you shed blood on that land, bloodshed must be shed. I'm just verbatim, man. But America has to pay for its sins, man.
Verse 21. And then it said, basically, rejoice over her, you holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High has avenged you on her.
And that's the elect, man. So we don't, well, Lord willing, you don't supposed to be like Zealots or Black Panthers taking it in your own hands, because you can't go against this, man. That power is going to come from Yahweh Shem Al Shai.
Right, so all this that's going on, if you're a true man of the Lord, which, I ain't talking to the brother, just somebody else might come across the video, hey, you supposed to be happy that this economy finna go down, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord basically avenging his holy apostles and the prophets, man.
Yeah.
Because like the scripture said, the blood of the prophets and the saints was found in Babylon, and of all those that were slain upon the earth, man. So this is all the vengeance of the Lord's temple right here, man. Verse 21, and a mighty angel took upon a stone like a great millstone.
And that's going into the nuclear destruction, man.
Spiritually, it's really going to the apostles and the men under the great millstone.
Yeah.
Right, which going back into that destroyed wind, that prophetic spirit, as other prophets to other instructions of warning, man. Saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Basically, it will never be inhabited again. The only thing that's going to live on this land is the desert-like creatures, man.
And the voice of harpers, I'm just going to finish it out. And the voice of harpers and musicians, and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more.
All those glory days, man, are over, man.
Shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman, and whatsoever craft he shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
That's going to your businesses and so on and so forth.
And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, And the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's America's witchcraft right there.
Mm-hmm.
And those scriptures called, it's like in America, like the beauty of the Chaldeans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they was known for their witchcraft and stuff like that.
Come on, man, because what the elites do, and that's how they basically came back into power during the Khazars, man. They were worshiping Baal, which went back to they doing something called the Babylonian money magic, man. That's why they basically got all them satanic symbols on the dollars and everything, which basically goes to it's going to enchant the nations and the other people. If you're not part of the elect, man, it's basically all the enchantment, man. You know, so by that sorceress, all the nations, you know, were deceived, man. You know, and in her was found the blood of the prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth.
Yeah. And that's talking about the prophets that stands by the name of Yahweh Hashem Shai, man. It's not talking about Malcolm X and MLK.
We got a quick precept. Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down.
That's America, Babylon the Great.
Every house is shut up,
Mm-hmm.
that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets.
Man, wine is going into like knowledge, because you know once this society shuts down, people are gonna want to know what's gonna happen next, what's going on.
All joy is darkened.
And the reason why the joy is darkened because you're not gonna be able to live that lavish lifestyle, man. You're not gonna have that luxury to go to these flush out restaurants or take these vacations, man. Go on these 5-day cruises.
Yeah, most American families right now, they just mostly about necessities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't really care about, like you said, plushed out restaurants or going on, you know, different type of vacations. They just want to get by day by day. All right, it said there's a crying for wine in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
All joy is darkened.
Mm-hmm.
The mirth of the land is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's the happiness and the joy.
yeah. And the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction.
Yeah, why? Because Yahweh Hashem Shai is going to destroy this place.
Go 2 more scriptures.
All right, we'll wrap it up on that.
This Jeremiah 50 and 37. A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots,
Mm-hmm.
and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed.
Yeah, and that's going into the destruction. And start over again. Read that.
Start the whole verse
Yeah,
off?
start the whole verse off.
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 37. A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots,
Mm-hmm.
which going into their basically their military weapons,
Right.
man. You know, the Lord put a sword upon them, man. All these other nations, that's how basically Iran basically was able to take that drone when America, that was America's #1 drone, man, worth like $35 million. The stealth, looked at the drone made like a stealth. Iran was able to take control of the drone and land it in Iran. Then they stole all the technology off it. Then sent Obama a pink toy drone back, mocking him like, because they know he a homosexual, man.
Yeah.
But it's a sword upon America's, basically on her military and her weapons, man. You know, the Lord basically gave these other nations the knowledge and the know-how to basically. Then another thing, like Iran, China, these different other nations, they basically hacked into all basically the U.S. main military resources. And they basically hacked all their technology, man. That's how Iran was able to bring that drone down, man. You know, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her.
Yeah, that represents the melting pot, man.
Come. And they should become as women.
Mm-hmm. Why? Because of the fear that's what's about to approach this place, and the day it happens, man.
A sword is upon her treasures, and they should be robbed.
Mm-hmm.
That's going into the.
Go ahead.
That's going into that economic collapse, man. The sword is upon her treasures, man, and they should be robbed, man. So the Lord, he got all this going, man.
Okay.
You know, and I'm gonna end with this one. Now, just for this Jeremiah chapter 51.
That's lots. What was saying about the teeth in Jeremiah 50?
Which one?
I think like the beginning part it said something about the teeth. The swords on her teeth.
The sword is upon her horses and upon her chariots. What scripture you want me to get to?
Well, you didn't read it.
15:37. It says, sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women.